Ugh. Well, where are we? We are in the Kofa National Wildlife Refuge, I believe it's called. And we are hiking, I think the high point of this, which is called Signal Peak. And then there's another peak called Tenui, T-E-N space E-W-E, Tenui Peak. All off trail. We're gonna take this use trail and bend around and get up into, it's either called Two Palms or Four Palms Canyon. And that's gonna be our ticket up this mountain. All right, so we've put in almost a mile on a nice trail. Look at the mitten up there. It's pretty cool. Mitten Rock. Not to be confused with Sedona Mitten Rock or the state of Michigan. Well, we've come up from down there. I don't know if this is the correct way or not, but it's a shortcut over to our canyon. Let's just drop through the brush, Kevin. So we're wrapping around this little nose right here, and that'll be our big canyon up. So definitely did not do this the easiest way. Oh well, live and learn. All right, so we've come around the nose. So here is our main canyon we're going up. Look how nice and big and wide it is and flat. So we're walking up this for quite a bit. I'm not sure if we go up there. I think we keep going around the corner, but. So we're just walking up the wash. Our peak is somewhere up there. It might be that one right in the center, but it could be to the right. And that pointy ship's prow one, that could be Tenui. So as you can see, we have quite a long way to go is what I'm getting at. We have to climb up, I don't know, I think it was about 3,000 feet in the beginning. It might be 26 or 2,700 now. So I'm just following this wash that way, not that way. And then at some point we are going up. Where? I'm not totally sure, and I might have to branch over to this wash, so I'm gonna look at that right now. So I think the route is straight up and then we're bending right, and then somehow getting up, I think. I don't think it's there. It's definitely not that canyon. It's somewhere in here in front of me. I don't know exactly where, but I think sort of the easiest way looks straight ahead, maybe to the right or the left of that big round like ship looking formation there. So we made it to this rock that I was targeting from way down below. So we started to climb now. We're gonna get up to this and then bend right. All right, so we're up at that little saddle. So this main drainage that you see that I could have just stayed in, so I could have gone to the left side of that rock. This is the main drainage we're taking up, and it's gonna bend to the left around this rock formation, the shade. And you can see that looks like it takes us up to the, you know, the ridge. So we're taking this and then it's doing sort of like a candy cane, or, you know, maybe more of a 90-degree hook. So I've made the decision here to get on this boulder rib and follow this up, rather than be down. Although now that I'm looking at it, maybe I should be down in the wash. I don't know. We're gonna go with this for a little bit. I like stepping on boulders. They're not too bad, especially when they don't move. But if the wash were clear, I suppose the wash would be a little quicker. But for now, let's just roll with this. So we're going right up to bend around. I mean, just follow the drainage. It bends around to the left, you can see. So, and there's a cave. Look at that cave up there. Whoa. So that rock rib that we got on has been pretty pleasant, although I will say it looks like you could take the drainage too. So we've hit this next rock formation I've identified. And correction, I just looked at the map. I want to be in that fork around this corner, so I'm glad I looked and didn't continue. All right, so after we were up there, came down around, bushwhacked, I think we're where we want to be now. And honestly, I think we could have gotten there the way I was going. I wasn't sure. Now I can see. But we're gonna stay. This looks like an easy slope to walk up, and then eventually we'll bend left. So that was just a waste of a good 15 to 20 minutes. But it's okay. I believe we're on a known and hopefully slightly easier route. So this will be easier on the way down because I'll know where to go. So, well, just heading all the way down there. So anyway, I'm heading up. I'll check in like 5 or 10 minutes. All right, so we're making progress. We're gonna bend up. We're gonna hit this shaded face and cut left. So we're getting close. And I've spotted a couple cairns, although I lose them then. So they're not many. So I could go this way. I could go this way. I'm more or less trying to avoid as much brush as possible, mainly cat's claw. The other stuff doesn't matter that much unless it was thick holly. These pants definitely have come in handy. So wear pants for this, kids. Well, this has turned pretty difficult, I must say. Very bushwhacky. I don't know if I should have been up there or down there. I've sort of bounced back and forth between all these options, but getting up this rock and then I'm not sure if it's left or right. Yeah, not easy work, not light work at all. So yeah, we are very slowly making progress up through. I wish it were just all rock. Once I get on rock, I'm comfortable. So we're just going straight up here. It does look like it's getting a little rockier, which is nice. So yeah, let's get over this obstacle, then just get up these rocks. I'll show you higher up. So we got up that first sort of class 3 rock. Now we're just heading up this one. We're just heading up sort of this loose talus now. I'm gonna get a view when I get up over here, so then I'll decide my next move. But for now, just climbing up this loose, actually it's not that loose, talus field. I say as a rock moves and hits me in the ankle bone. So yeah, climbing up very steeply. We're getting up there, I think, to a saddle, but we still have several hundred feet at least, I would say. So I'm just trying to pick the line that avoids sharp plants, which might be on top of this rock. It's somewhat challenging to do, I guess is what I'm getting at. So headed up these boulders. We're starting to see blue sky. I think our saddle's up there. A couple hundred more feet. So this is hard work. I thought we were getting close to a saddle. It's still quite a bit. When I said a couple hundred feet, it was probably like 500 feet. Now I'm in bushwhacking land again. Do I drop down? Do I hug the cliff? This is not easy. Taking a lot longer than I expected, so just be aware of that. If you're doing this, that's all. But yeah, I am attempting to get my way up the last, what I think is now the last couple hundred feet, but could be wrong on that too. So we might go down to the drainage here. I think I'm going to, and get through this stuff if I can. Yeah, this is not light work, put it that way. Holly. Better than cat's claw. All right, so now we're back to, I think I'm gonna try to stick to the drainage, although it looks very overgrown too. So we're headed up slowly. We've done it. We've gotten to the saddle. We've gotten out of that hellhole of a 2 Palms or 4 Palms canyon. Saddle. Now the question is, where's our peak? I'm not sure. It might be that one, it might be over there. I'll look at the map, but yeah, that was hard. That was really hard. Great view though, and it's getting a little dark, so we want to get a move on. All right, we're dropping down now to meet up with what is the normal trail, which I don't think many people do either, coming from Kofa Queen Road. We've hit the second saddle. I think that's gonna be our boy Tenui, and I think Signal is not that one. I think it's up around out of view. So, all right, so we found our cairns to take us up to Signal, which looks like it takes us right up this little drainage. After we bag Signal, we're gonna have to drop there. We're gonna have to go back that way. That's our other peak. So there's 4 other people up here. Looks like they got their camping gear. So Signal Peak does not appear to be this one. It's either this one on the left or a bump over here. But this trail's been nice and easy ever since I hit the cairns, sort of the standard way. So luckily, yeah, it looks like it's straight ahead now. So we'll be up there in, 6 minutes probably. And then going down will be quick. We just got to bag it out of the peak before the weather rolls in. So not too much more, another 150 feet to gain. Signal Peak. Woo! There's your proof right there. Oh man. So peaceful. There's the road we came in, and I believe then wrapped around. And I think that's our canyon. Unless it's no. Wrong. It's probably the next one. This is awesome. Look at all these look at that pointy spire out there. So that one right across the way, that is Tenui that we are about to go do. So, and then we'll head back down in front of that ship's prow. But you can see it's raining out there, so I'm gonna take a couple pictures, get a move on here, and go bag that other peak, and then hopefully beat the rain, but probably not. So we're heading down the Slick Rock Wash. We came from up there and bent around, so when we're coming back, we're gonna want to go straight up this wash, which we could just sort of diagonally cut it off. Still got to climb. But so I'm dropping further because I got to drop down between these 2 peaks to then climb up that guy. He looks pretty menacing. So we've come up. That's the way we got to go back around this big ship prow, eventually over there. But all of a sudden, we're on this grassy saddle, and voila, it does not look as high as it did just a little bit ago. So we're gonna cut over, go up this gully on the left that you see, not that, and then I don't know, it should be easy enough. Who knows? We'll find out. All right, so 1 minute later, we're already, this gully looks easy enough up to that yellow rock, and then we got to bend up ledges. Who knows? I might have to try to mark it so I know how to get down. That could be a little tricky. But yeah, this ledge system's gonna take us up a couple 100 feet here, or this gully. Check in higher up. So we've hit the yellow, chokestone. It's not a chokestone, it's just part of the mountain. But little steep sort of chimney to go up. And now we're gonna hit a notch. So let's get a view of what lies ahead. Holly, ow. It's like a holly turnstile. Okay. Thinking we're just going straight up here. This looks very easy, straight up and then bend left, I guess. Let's just, yeah, this is just gonna run into cliffs. It's obvious. So this looks like a big cairn. I might add some pieces to it here. I see people post about afraid of getting lost. If you're afraid of getting lost, make cairns, but then knock them down, or don't. I mean, I would say knock them down on the way down. But I want to be able to identify that bush in this gully from far above. I think we're just headed that way, which clearly makes sense given the terrain here. So this might be easy pickings. I hope so. But headed up. This has actually been really easy going up. There's some cairns. I didn't even see some of them. I did like a class 3, class 4 move right up some of the cliffs, but I didn't need to. Well, it was not right here. I just got to remember there's a cairn. I got to remember to shoot down this gully. There it is up there. We still got a couple hundred feet, but it shouldn't be too bad from what I've seen so far of this mountain. So almost there. Yeah. Woo! Marker? No summit marker? Tenui Peak. My apologies if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Whew. It's a cool formation. That's a cool formation. That spire out there. I think that has a name. It's like a weaver's needle. This is quite the wilderness. So out there, the middle one, I think. Yeah, that's Signal Peak where we were. It's a pretty boring looking peak, to be honest. But yeah, this is awesome. This was very easy to get up. Very easy, so go for it. If you're doing Signal, I mean, Signal's an easy walk up. This, I guess, is a little more than just a walk up, but it's very easy. So you can see the rain out there. This is awesome wilderness. This looks just like the Superstitions, honestly, from up here. Maybe it's just the Weaver's Needle resemblance, but Signal Peak and Tenui. Yeah, just be careful on your way down. There are different drainages you could take. I almost went down the wrong one, but my spidey sense alerted me that I was going the wrong way. But we found our way back to the main yellow chokestone gully, which is probably not going to be the most fun getting down. Probably shouldn't go down this, guys. But I'm going to step around. Hope this doesn't flake off. Shouldn't. Now, should be able to step down this a little easier. Assuming this rock doesn't flake. All right, so we bypassed the little chimney over there. All right, so here's about the point where I think we're gonna cut up that way, which is where we need to go, and then over and then down. So we've utilized the trail to come up, I don't know, 300 feet maybe. And now we gotta do the last 100 or 150 on our own here. All right, so we crested our intermediate saddle, and now we're headed for that big canyon wall, and that is our ticket down. All right, here it is. Official saddle. There's looking out to that Weaver's Needle formation. I need to know the name of that, but it looks just like the Superstitions. Now we got to descend hellhole. The good thing about going down is all the drainages feed together, so you can't, as long as you're going down, you're fine. When you're going up, you could go up a wrong fork because they constantly split, you know what I mean? But on the way down, all the tributaries branch together. So as long as you're going down, they're all going to go down to the main one. So the first part of the descent, meaning like 200 feet, has actually gone better than the corresponding ascent, and that's because I branched it. I was up closer to the wall. I branched over here because it just looked better. And you can see as I start to get too high, it's just going to funnel me back down. I just want to be low and keep dropping, but I've done a good job staying on a lot of rock. And look at this. This rock is going to lead me right down this next 20-30 feet. So far, so good, but obviously still a long way to go. But I'm optimistic this is not going to be as painful as the way up was, just because I have line of sight and I can sort of pick the best route from above. That happens a lot. You'll lose the trail going up sometimes in other scenarios, but on the way down you don't, and it seems you're like, how did I lose it? It's because you can see it, you know, you have line of sight. So anyway, that's my little up down spiel. So we're just gonna keep heading, I think, down right here. And now I've cut back across because I was over, it was real brushy. So now I saw all these rocks over here. So I'm cutting over here. We have this nice cave here. Well, now I'm on this right wall going down, I guess east wall. And it's like a nice dirt path. Was not on this going up either. Did not go through this little rock tunnel. So yeah, this is probably too good to be true, but this has been incredibly easy so far on the descent. I really hope I don't get cliffed out here. This is a cool picture though. I'm gonna take a picture. Oh, I'm contemplating the way down. I got cliffed out a bunch of times. Had to come over here, but I think this is gonna be our ticket. Straight down. I don't think we have too much of really bad descent. I know that's probably wishful thinking and probably incorrect. Whoop, that moves. Just real loose, typical scree descent. But I'm gonna get down here, and then I think that point is where I was over there and I traversed around that nose. So I think once I get down to there, I hop on that boulder rib. And I think I take that down to the main wash, and then, you know, I'm sort of home free. There's just quite a lot of bouldery descent, as you can see here. And, whoa, that moved. Anyway, I'm figuring out a way down all these boulders. So we've come down a lot of loose scree. We've hit almost the point where I had to cut across, but we're not going to cut across. We're just going to continue down. I think this rib, and I think just take it to the main boulder rib that I was on, and then just walk on out of here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go right off this little rib bridge. It looks pretty cool, actually. I'm not gonna mess with going on that slope over there. Well, we're running out in the wash here. Eventually we'll bend around. The sky's pretty dark out there. I'm not jogging, as you can see. I did pack a pack of Welch's fruit snacks, 100 calories. So usually I say I don't pack any food if it's under 20 miles. Well, I did. And I only had a liter of water, and I still got some left. So, but I would not recommend that. This is a pretty expert level hike. So this is on a different level than these peaks like Flatiron and Superstition 5057 and Ragged Top and Saddle Mountain and Picket Post. And you have to know what you're doing. You have to be able to navigate. You have to be comfortable on loose rocks and boulders. We are on the trail back to the car. Probably only have 2/3 of a mile left. Still have avoided somehow all the weather that's all over the place. Dark clouds everywhere. Not over me. Oh, 15 more feet of vert. right. And all the cars are gone now, except for a couple. So that was 5 hours and 44 minutes. Wow. Look at the weather now. So Signal Peak, way up there somewhere beyond Tenui Peak. The weather is about to get bad, and I am done just in time. This is a cool thing about the deserts. It shows all the mountains, but it talks about the deserts and the four major deserts in the US. So the Great Basin, which is a lot of Nevada, Utah, up into Oregon. The Mojave, which is like the upper portion of Joshua Tree, you know, Death Valley area. Sonoran, which is, you know, southern Arizona, extends into Mexico. And then the Chihuahuan, which blips down there into New Mexico and Texas. But it shows you the Castle Dome Mountains out in the distance, which is cool. The Hidden Valley Hills, the Chocolate Mountains. I'm not familiar with a lot of these. Trigo. I see Dome Rock on the highway. They're called the La Posa Plains. And then there's Lonesome Peak out there. Maybe I need to bag that one time. So anyway, there's your view out. Pretty sweet.